Greetings folks and welcome to the new video today. If you've been liking what you're hearing, please subscribe, pass it on, leave some comments. That is always good. This video is going to be based on a sub-theme from a song by Earth, Wind & Fire. It goes like this. Patience. Gathering together. Patience will deliver fire from the spark. Trust yourself. Move ahead. Feel the motion growing. Love is where it's going. This is where our real journey starts. Just one phrase out of a song says so much. It talks about evolution. Evolution orange. And I say it is time for us to all evolve on this planet, and it is pushing us forward towards that direction, but because of the choice that we have, because of free will, some refuse to grow. Sometimes I wonder if it's because of their free will or because of lack of knowledge of who and what they are. But yet again, that would be about free will. You see, we have the will to choose whether we want to understand the greatness and the vastness of ourselves in the universe, or if we want to just ignore that. Go along with all of those who are asleep, marching along in a line and doing what we've been trained to do, like domesticated animals. Many people make that choice, and it's my guess that they make that choice lifetime after lifetime until the little bit of the spark of divinity within them gets so suffocated that it's barely there anymore. And instead of coming into the world to help people become enlightened and awake by giving them love and peace and nurturance, they become what are known as wrathful deities. These deities that cause so much pain and suffering to the souls of people who are neutral that the people are forced to become enlightened. That is what is happening today, I think. When we look at our political leaders, when we look at the politicians, we see madness. We see something that challenges us. We see something that makes us understand that there are buffoons in charge. And they make us look back at the past and search for the truth and find that the world is not what we thought it was. The past is different than we thought it was. And we are different than we thought we were. It makes us look ahead. That's what it makes us do. And it makes us draw on the patience that creates fire from the spark. When you start a fire, you see it's not easy. It's not about pulling out a pack of matches or a lighter. No. When you make fire from a spark, you have to be vigilant. Careful, small movements, yes, but very powerful enough to make the flint shoot a small spark of flame onto the wood, and then one must nurture that small flame, breathe on it lightly, cover it and protect it until the fire blossoms. We're at a state now where we have to do that to the great fire that dwells within us, because we've been bamboozled, as Malcolm X said. We've been cheated. We've been lied to. We've been trapped in a box. We've been given a history that doesn't exist. We've all been divided because of silly things like race or gender or ethnicity, and everyone is buying into it because we've been told that's the way we are. That's what we are. And that's how we have to behave. All of us climbing up a ladder trying to get to the top. The problem is, though, that like a ladder, if too many are at the top, it collapses. So only one or two or one group or two can stay up at the top while the others hang there somewhere in the middle, and some of them even stand at the bottom, supporting the ladder so it won't slip. All of this work, all of this struggle, fighting to get up around that ladder and to hold the ladder so it won't slip, never turning our heads and realizing, you see, that there is a whole universe, there's a whole world outside of that mirror, and we can just let that mirror go. Walk away and enter into a life of abundance. Patience will deliver fire from the spark. It takes a lot of courage to walk away from something that we have gotten used to all of our lives and to dare to go and do something new. But that is something that is necessary for all of us if we would like to live, if we would like to fan that spark of love and divinity that exists within all of us so that it becomes a roaring fire, a flame of passion that burns away all of the negativity, purifies ourselves, and sends out love. The affection is burning fire of love that cannot be quenched. And what that love does is it burns away the negativity, burns away the dross, burns away all of the impurities that exist not only in our hearts and minds but in the body. And all that is left after the burning is love. The love that you and I are. The love that brought us into this plane of existence to try to heal the brokenhearted, set the captives free, and announce the acceptable year of that which is divine. And that acceptable year is one where there is justice, equity, compassion, and love for all. That's one where there aren't homeless people sleeping on the street in one part of the city while people are living in luxury condos and houses so big they could house 20 or 30 people in the other. It's about having medical care for everyone, not some people who have to fend for themselves in a country that has some of the best medical care in the world that money can buy. It's about changing a whole unfair system and making it equitable for everyone, bringing about justice, changing the way money is distributed in this place and the necessity to have so much just to be able to rent a small room or an apartment or to buy food. It's about becoming what we, the people of the United States, claimed that we were so many years ago. We've never done that. We made the claim, but we never, ever, as a government, looked out for the welfare of all of the people. Some always had to go without, so a small group could have an abundance of an abundance. There's not much we can do about that. We can't take anything from people, but what we can do is begin to build new systems within this system that are just and equitable. This starts with getting rid of all of the dross, all of the impurities, all of the twisted and warped thoughts that support the system. And the thing is that they don't only exist outside of us, they have been embedded into us through TV, the radio, the media, and even within many social justice organizations you can find the same sick and twisted ways of thinking and being, except in this case they are being used in an attempt to free people. Many people in these organizations don't really realize, though, that what they are using in an attempt to free the people is the problem. This greed, this anger, and this delusion that we find ourselves living in must be abolished, cast into the fire, so that we can return to being the wise, beautiful, loving, and kind individuals, communities, and society that is necessary going forward into the future. Patience will deliver fire from the spark. It's time for us to begin to build a structure that will deliver fire from the spark and that will burn down all of the hate, all of the lies and all of the madness. The lies that we can even see now if we look at the people who are running for president of the United States in the year 2024. One of them just lies so much so constantly that you can't even tell what his name is. That may be a lie. Constant lies over and over again, shifting lies when confronted. Crazy thoughts and crazy themes and crazy scenarios about everything in the world. In fact, there are two of them. One running as a Democrat and one running as a Republican. Is this the best that we have? Are these the most spiritual people that we have? Is this the country that we want when such people are understood as the best people and are allowed to run, while millions and millions of loving and kind, just people are just forced to watch or to try to go to the polls and vote when there's no choice? There is a choice today. Yes, there is a third party candidate, the only one that is decent, who's talking about justice, who's talking about love, who's talking about redistribution of wealth. He's being attacked by the media, of course, as they try to fill our minds with more poison, more lies. They say he can't win. If we accept that, he can't win. But whoever receives the most votes can win. I think it's time for us to begin to follow our hearts and our spirits when it comes to voting for people and trying to find the people who represent us. And if we do that, you see, the people of love will win everywhere. And the people of the lie will be pushed out. It's not about the political party or the religion or the race or the gender or the ethnicity or the sexual orientation. What is important is whether one loves or not. Whether one is a partnership person who's working with each person to create a better world, or if one is a selfish, greedy person who is dedicated to climbing to the top of the ladder and only concerned with their own family and group, and one who is willing to put down anyone who is not with them in order to make it. Those are the two groups. And I choose love. I hope you choose love too, and I hope that you will choose to let that spark ignite and to allow what is false, what is hateful, what is angry and bigoted to burn, to be consumed, so that all that is left after the burning is love. Thanks for being with us. Hit the bell, subscribe, leave a comment if you have some subject we want to talk on, and also feel free to take advantage of some of the other videos we have up about meditation, contemplation, We have some chants up everything to help cultivate the spirituality that is necessary not only to take pain and suffering and to persevere, no, but to strengthen oneself, to go forward, and to be victorious in every place that you decide to go. There's more information in our description. Thanks for being with us. Namaste.